Okay, now it's 6:20. Let us start. A warm welcome to our masters, Brother Joe Huang, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe to this Saturday Hualien Dharma talk. A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. Today, I would like to share a short accepted speech from Master. From learning to awakening, the mind remains undiluted. At the age of 29, I founded Su Ching Merit Society starting with 50 cents, leading people onto the Bodhisattva path. It's almost 60 years on this journey. Time slips away second after second without us noticing. Neither could we stop losing time, and this is the truth of life. The truth is the principle taught by the Buddha. Walking on the Bodhisattva path in the human world, only with realization can we comprehend the true principles. From learning to awakening, we will not be deluded. With the same aspiration, let's walk on the Bodhisattva path together. Pattern for Master's teaching. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Saha land be free from disaster and peace prevail in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas hear my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter.
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disasters in this world. Now let us say the prayers for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body, an enlightened mind, and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our masters to lead us in paying homage to the triple gems. Let us pay our respects for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Ching Yen by making 3 sincere bows. Please rise, palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved Upper Masters who join us today. Okay, today we have Brother Joe Huang who will be sharing on Dharma Insight, and Master Huang will be sharing on the benefiting others but not oneself, and followed by Brother David Liu sharing on the regret in not accumulating enough blessings. Okay, now let us invite Sister Su Ching for the weekly summary. Sister Su Ching, over to you.感恩.
Sister Lily. Bring up my sharing. Okay, here we are. This was last Saturday. Brother Joe Huang. Last Saturday, Brother Joe was ready for his weekly sharing, the sermon he had prepared on the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, when Brother Robert's query diverted the talk's stream to Hualien's earthquake, a heavy theme. Brother Joe spoke of quakes, the earth's relentless shake, and how they prompt us and cause us to all wake. Impermanence is a lesson stark and clear, yet change eludes us until it's near. April 3rd, a mighty tremor wrought, its strength and length left many flawed. In Hualien streets, there are no strangers to fear, though familiarity doesn't make anxiety disappear. Hualien's folks, though accustomed, still fear the sting, for each tremor a reminder of nature's daunting swing. Brother Joe declared amidst the quake's dark thrall, a wake-up call ringing loud for one and all. We claim we can't change, he gently said, but life's upheavals shake us from our bed. Like alarms in the night, they rouse us from sleep. To lessons profound, they bid us to keep. For in setting our clocks, we choose to learn from pandemics to quakes, each twist and turn. These experiences, our guides in life's vast sea, navigating storms through the shores of destiny. Then we have Sister Susan from Singapore, who spoke about environmental sustainability in Singapore. In the quest to raise environmental care, from Recycling Day, a shift they dare, to Sustainability Day, the name they find, engaging hearts and soul in line with time. Sorting tips and self-drops too, teaching the public what they can do. An eco center now stands tall, a beacon of learning for one and all. Master's insight on Singapore's glow, where wealth abounds, but wisdom perhaps not quite so. The environmental protection team took years of toil and efforts grand. Since 1994, many have lent their helping hands. 3 pillars stand in sustainability's light: environmental, social, and economic insight. Tzi's work is based on a global vision of a grand scale, transcending borders, race, religion, Sister Susan unveiled. More than volunteers, Sister Susan said we need the throng to join the environmental chorus and sing along. She saw that trolleys and containers are now a growing trend. Influence spreads. It took time, but many now lend a hand. Through government years, the team seeks to bend towards waste reduction, doing all they can. Religion aside, their focus is clear. On environmental protection, the team will steer. City Singapore stage now set so wide, with government support, the bigger their stride. Each event is a chance to grow, partnerships forged while working the flow. Guided by Master's wisdom deep, in dialogue their promises to always keep, eco practices shared roles defined, zero plastics in their team's mind. Step by step, they sow the seed in every heart because of the pressing need. Responsibility for this earth must be shared, it's true, for a greener world for me and you. Then Brother Anthony spoke about the Dharma ship to the west. Well, this was very interesting for me. Master wished to delve deeper beyond mere performance. performance, the whole story of the team that did the Dharma ship dance. In Bodh Gaya, where Brother Anthony first started the education mission, he was called instead to lead and teach the Dharma ship vision. In a classroom, concrete floor and dusty brows, he began with Indian volunteers unbound. They moved to the garden, grass and mud entwined, where the ship's story would continue to be defined. The principles of benevolence the garden bestowed, even through cold winds where courage flowed. Students were tardy due to the biting cold air. Challenges mounted, testing will and flare. Bodies weary as days did unfold. Obstacles mirrored, tales untold. Physical prowess a challenge to meet, yet seniors trained with children at their feet. Recruits they sought to join the fray. Accounting students Brother Anthony chanced upon one fateful day. Models for others they stood tall, for classes, English, computer, volunteer, and all. Youth of Chichi, their journey began. To Taiwan they'll soon be begun, sorry. To Taiwan they'll be going soon under the sun. From challenges faced, new paths unfold. This is a story of courage, diligence, and faith so beautifully told. Okay, Kan'an for listening. And right now I'll pass over to Sister Kaping to introduce the next speaker. Thank you so much.
Thank
Morning,
you,
Sister
Sister Su Ching, for that beautiful, recap of last week's sharing. And this morning, we are very, very grateful for Brother Joe, who will be able to join us this morning and share with us his insights and wisdom. Thank you, Brother Joe. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Sister Carping, and good morning, everybody. And once again, welcome to our the sharing session in the morning every week. I think in the past week, there's some things that happened. I had, just like last week, the material is already there, but I wanted to talk about something else because I think the occasion, the sharing fits this occasion that's coming up, and also that had just passed. So what I want to talk about was what happened last week on last Thursday, and I wasn't sure if all of you had the opportunity to be online at the time when it was the Tzu Chi's 58th anniversary, and there was a celebration starting from the morning all the way till the to the last part of the day, past 6 p.m. It was a very hectic day. I remember that day. The routines are a little bit different because after all, it was the anniversary, but it was a working day. So it sort of felt like a New Year's Day for us because there were so many people coming in, and the master's, the greeting room was just complete, just like, one of those places where, one of these people, the whole room's people, maybe about 120 people, the room can only sit so many. And the moment that they leave, the moment that another batch will come in, and every room was just going through a very quick rotation of changes because people all want to come in, but the chances are, the opportunities aren't not that much. So they have to all make sure that they take this opportunity and treasure every opportunity to go in. So that's what happened on Thursday. If you were here, that was wonderful, and you can witness all. But even for us, that's right here at the abode, we couldn't possibly see all the corners. We know what's going on, but we couldn't possibly be every place at all the times. And so let me just briefly tell you what I think were the most important parts on Thursday. Starting from the day before, which was May 1st. That was the day before our anniversary. We sort of got a call, and we got a call somehow. I'm not sure where the information dropped, but we got a call that we were going to, during the morning assembly, that Master is going to come out and give us a Dharma talk at the morning assembly. But we got a call that the Vulture's Peak is going to be online too, and it's going to be a part of the program. And so we had to scramble, right? We had to make sure that we find out, do we have time to do testing? We know the time difference is 2.5 hours. So do we have enough time for testing? And are we certain that the quality of the internet connection is good enough? And then we find out that not only is it not able to test yet, but at the time that we found out, they had just begun to lay the groundwork for internet connection. They had just begun to make sure that they got the fiber optics from the nearby Oneself, so that they were able to get the internet, bring internet to the Vulture's Peak. And that's the exact place where the Buddha had once spoke the Lotus Sutra. So there was all these significance, and that was all very important, except that we sort of were late here in Taiwan. We were sort of late in preparation. But our brothers and sisters in India, they have been preparing this for weeks. So there was a lapse of information. So we didn't realize that that's going to be part of the program, but that's very important. So on May 1st, we already spoke. We reported to Master that there is going to be this part where we're going to be live connected to Vulture's Peak. And that's going to be where our volunteers from Malaysia, from Taiwan, from India, that's going to be there, and they're going to be live and sharing on this very special day on May 2nd in the very early morning. And I also mentioned there were footages, there were video footages of people of Brother Raymond laying the wire and making sure that it all works out. And that was something that was let me just tell you, it was just scary. Let me just share the video, and then you will find out that was the type of that was the type of situation that we have had. Okay, so let me share this video, and then you'll see. Okay, so this is the video that we got on May 1st, and I was explaining to Master that everything is still in the works. No guarantee. Okay, I hate to get people's expectation up. And so there's no guarantee. And to show that people are really hard at work, it was at the time, I think it was about 4:30 here in Taiwan time. So for them, it was afternoon. It was afternoon, about 2 o'clock. Okay, so this is what you can hear Raymond talking in the background.
Okay, this is the fiber optics. This is fiber optic. Okay. This is a fiber optics. Okay, Rahul bhai. Rahul. Okay, can what time can be ready?
2 o'clock.
Huh?
2 o'clock.
2
2
o'clock.
o'clock. Oh, perfect. All right, so we can do testing 4:30 the broadcast.
Controller, he had it, but how about the signal?
So I think at the time we're all very much looking forward to it, and not only are we looking forward to it, I think there was very a sense of optimism, right? 2 o'clock, and it's going to be okay. Except at the time that we got this, it was already 2 p.m. their time, and we haven't gotten any signal, and we heard not only from our brothers and sisters here in Taiwan about who's handling the India team, but also from Dai TV. They have the technicians, and they were telling us that they knew about this, but there was very, very little chance. They heard about this, and technically, all the obstacles hasn't been overcame. So it was still there, and they didn't think it was going to happen. So we were getting all these information from Taipei that they knew this, and it wasn't going to happen. And we're getting information from India that supposedly it was supposed to be okay already, but it wasn't. So the information was, people are busy, right? There were a lot of people that was doing the physical work, and there were a lot of people that was doing preparation. There were a group of people that was doing the sign language training. And I was telling them, hey, are you sure you want to do sign language training? Because you don't even know if it's going to work, right? So they were doing split work, right? They were concurrently, they're one part doing the technical issues, trying to get the internet signal to the mountain. And the other part of the group, they were preparing the program. What are we going to do when the signal is okay? And so they were doing the same thing. So when we're calling them, it's hard to find people that could answer our questions because everybody was so busy. Okay, it's always happening. So that was about in the afternoon. So I reported to Master showing how there were all these things that was so uncertain. There's so many things that were uncertain, and so we weren't sure if this is really going to happen, and it was scary how, without knowing that this is going to happen, I still report to Master, and so I said, look at Master, look at this.
Okay, installation of
They're still
internet
installing.
fiber optics is ongoing to the mountain. Okay, so we're going to have a direct with the Master Chen Yan, direct connection with the Master Chen Yan. So it's on the way now. Okay.
Somehow, it doesn't give me a lot of confidence that people were just hanging the wire, the cable on the trees. Okay, on the trees. You can tell from what we heard at the time, it was about 1 kilometer worth of cable, just going from the bottom of the mountain to the top. It was about 1 kilometer, and any part of that kilometer, okay, any part of that 1 kilometer has any problem, then our connection there's going to be a problem, right? So this is what I said to Master in front of all the people that were there in attendance. I share the importance the uncertainties and how important it is if we were able to make the connection. But there is a lot of uncertainty that's going to come with this. So Master said, and this is something that I would tell you that I never heard Master said before. In fact, not only have I not heard Master said this, but I also know that when other people say this, Master would say, no, don't say it. Okay, so this is something that really goes against, or not against, but this really tells you how important it is. So Master said, there is still a way to go for us to the Vulture's Peak. So tomorrow, can we reach there? Can we get to the Vulture's Peak? We have just saw from the video that they're still laying the wires and the cables, trying so that tomorrow we can get to the Vulture's Peak at the Dharma platform, at the Lotus platform. Can we get there? We must be very pious. We must be very sincere, so that the energy, our goodwill, and I believe that the Buddha and all the Bodhisattvas, they will give us their strength. They will give us their jiaqi. They will cover us with their blessing. So thank you, everybody. Let's hope that all of our sincerity combined, we can get to Vulture's Peak tomorrow. These are Master's words when Master spoke at the end, when I make the report and as a final speech to all of the people there. There was so much uncertainty. And the thing that I said that Master never talked about was the part where we are covered by the Buddha's and the Bodhisattvas' blessings. 加持. This verb, usually as a Buddhist, we use this verb a lot because we needed the help. We needed the help, external help. Master never believed that. Master believes that to get good health, to get good results, you put in the work, you will get the result. You get good health, you get good test results, you get good work result, you get good pay. All these are because you put in the work yourself. Master always says, you don't ask for the blessings from exterior. You ask for it internally from inside. But this time, because it's really out of our reach, it's not how much we here at Taiwan can do. And we believe in our brothers and sisters in India that's working there, that's helping there, including our Taiwanese and Malaysian. But there are so many uncertainties that we can only rely on the blessings. So Master said that. And so right away, right after this, I call VP Lin, who is there. Obviously, she's not a technician. So I call her and say, hey, what's the update, right? So I found out that obviously she's not a technician. So asking her, there's going to be no help. So that there are people telling me that, you know, it's coming, it's surely coming, but because they really thought brother Raymond had this vision. She wanted to give Master this wonderful, wonderful birthday present. And so he thought it was going to be simple, right? You have your iPhone, you have your 4G network, and you can just directly make the connection to Master at the platform, right? At the Lotus platform above the Vulture's Peak. But it wasn't that simple. They wanted the whole thing. They wanted to have the drones. They wanted to have the video. They wanted to have the direct link. They wanted to have the TV where Master speaks right there on the platform where Buddha once spoke. They wanted to have all these things. And when they get the internet connection up top to Vulture's Peak, they found out that there's no electricity there. So now they need generators, and they now need to have the electricity cable. So all these things, you know, they had to make it at the last moment. Now, don't ask me why they didn't think about this ahead of time. This is usually what happened when people are so busy, when they have great visions, they forgot about the things nearby. So there are many things happening, and we didn't know what was going on. So all the way till nighttime, which is about our 10 o'clock p.m., about their 7 p.m., they got power finally, roughly about this time. But the actual testing didn't conclude until the next morning, about I think about 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. our time, but 2 a.m. their time. Finally finished. So they didn't get a chance to really sleep, but they were thinking about, you know, they're going to have this chanting, walking meditation from the bottom of the mountain, go all the way up to the Vulture's Peak. And then by the time it's 7 o'clock in the morning in Taiwan, they're going to sit down and they're going to listen to the Master's Dharma talk in the morning. So this is what happened. And for that, I think we're very, very grateful. And I think that's why it was a very special day. Let me share this with you. And I'm sure a lot of you probably have seen this. This is our Dai TV's news program.
全球各地慈济人今天0秒差与花莲精舍连线，其中因缘殊胜是在这里。
So we can see that our volunteers there, and it's very dark because our 7 a.m. it's there 4:30, so the sun hasn't risen yet. So it was very dark, but they have all these equipments, right? They have the drones and the TV and the controllers, and all of this were there for this one moment. Not just this moment, but they're going to have the Buddha birthday ceremony afterwards. But for this particular day, it was very special. And the news program was talking about that this was exactly the place, historically, the place where the Buddha expounded the Lotus Sutra. And so then the Tzu Chi volunteers, they made all this effort just to go up there.
微弱的灯光下，新马团队、台湾的志工搭配印度当地的工作人员，反复测试讯号及设备。
So you have all these volunteers, controllers, equipments, technicians, just making sure that early in the morning, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., that they are going to make sure that this works.
硬体设备准备妥当后，大家
And then they
手一盏烛光
made their
从灵鹫
walking
山下
meditation,
配合庄
one
严
step at a
佛
time,
号
chanting at the
信
same
心
嗯
time,
走
walking
了
up the
750
mountains.
公尺后抵达说法台。
是日常生活。
And then you can see the TV, hear the sound of voices of Master.
周年生日，
And then you can see the TV up there. That's where the Buddha once said.
带着上人及全球慈济人回到佛陀当初说法的灵鹫身上。
我们在这里看到他们已经坐定了啦，距离我们3700多公里，时间离我们呢2个半钟头。不过呢，有心啊，我们就同在一起。这就是呢，神通，精神啊，精神通啊。
要代表的就是
克服距离和时差，远在佛陀故乡。
So when they're doing the sign language, the sounds didn't come through, but it's okay because we can see.
基金会林副总带领众人发愿。
上人
Master, you were just sitting there on the Lotus platform, giving us the Dharma talk, at the same time giving to all the disciples and followers in the world. The Singapore team, Malaysian team, Taiwan team will always follow you. Remember that we start from very little. We're going to turn around the lives of those in poverty in
身
India.
为佛弟子的慈济
And
志
that's
工
what
渴
VP
望
Lin said
让佛
during
陀
the
当年
direct
在说法
connection.
台上宣讲法华的庄严景象重现。
So this, I
自
think,
己的
was
佛陀
one of the very key highlights that I remember. And I think the time is, I only got about 10 more minutes, but for us, that was the highlight, right? But the highlight didn't end there. The highlight didn't end there, because during the day, there was another group of people that came that was very special. And these were the Dharma masters from various mountains, from various Buddhist sect around. And they all came to wish Master good health. And so they came. But they also came with a very important mission. And that was to present to Master what they had done in the past 2 months about learning the chanting of the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. And I wanted to stress how important this is, because I think sometimes it escapes how the gravity of this event. Imagine 58 years ago. I mean, the Buddhism and Buddhist sutra and teaching didn't just start 58 years ago when Tzu Chi started. It has been a long tradition, very long tradition, thousands of years passing down through all the grand masters in the past. But all throughout this time, the Sutra of Infinite Meanings has very rarely been mentioned. And there were times when Master even said so herself, that when she was expounding the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, that there were people that would think that they were mistaken, that Master was mistaken, because they never heard of the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, never heard of it. And so Master would say that it's almost like the needle in the haystack, that finding that Sutra of Infinite Meaning is like finding that needle in the haystack, where it's almost impossible, but she found it. Now, I am not certain why, throughout all these years, that this sutra has been sort of overlooked all these time, right? It's the opening sutra for the Lotus Sutra. And Lotus Sutra is perhaps the most important Buddhist text in throughout history. You know, I'm not talking about popularity, but at least the importance of it is one of the top very important ones. And so I don't understand how this can be missed, but that's the fact. So throughout all these thousands of years of the Buddhist tradition where this was passed down, that this sutra was rarely talked about. And 58 years ago, before this, 60 years ago, when Master was beginning to go into the Lotus Sutra, she found the Sutra of Infinite Meanings and began to expound it and felt it. And so all 58 years in Tzu Chi, that's exactly what Master was teaching us. Not just all the other sutras, but the most important core teachings all coming from the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. The things that we can recite, the things that we remember the most. Even for me, I am not a Buddhist scholar, or I haven't even been a Buddhist, study Buddhism before I joined Tzu Chi. But now I can recite the Sutra of Infinite Meanings because Master brought this to our lives. But this hasn't been very popularized in Taiwan or even in the Buddhist world. And so starting 2 years ago, we have the drama, we have the reenactment, we have the 无量义法随诵, the performance, the sutra performance. So we began a different way. It's no longer just singing, but we actually take the sutra text itself. We didn't change it to lyrics. We make it so that we chant the actual sutra, but in a more modern way 2 years ago. So it now popularized the fact that we can chant the sutras in the more acceptable way to the young people, the young generation of this generation. And so 2 years ago it began, and last year, and now this year, another new things that we're going to do is that the chanting is going to be done by the Dharma masters, not just from the abode, but also the Dharma masters in various mountains here in Taiwan. And that's going to happen next week on Mother's Day, on Su Ching Day, on Buddha's birthday. That's going to happen. But before that happened, these Dharma masters came back to Hualien and sang and chanted in front of Master for her, so that she knew what they were doing. And there were videos about, these masters, they were learning, right? Because they had to start from anew. This is a sutra where they were not so familiar with. And they were doing all these practices. They were doing these, learning. There are these musical scores. They have to make sure that they sing along with it. The beatings, the rhythm, the tempo had to get right. And this is happening to our masters here at the abode as well. So everybody was learning. And they came here. And not only were they singing live here at the greetings room to Master, but they also, during noontime, after our noon session prayer, that they gather around, and along with our Dharma masters at the abode, we had the live broadcast from the abode for the very first time, the chantings done by Dharma masters from abode and also from other mountains. And so that was the very first time. And I was so touched, because if you think about the gravity of it, this is something that finally, if Master thought about, I wanted to spread something. This is it, the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, not just to the people, to the laymen, to you and me, but to also the Buddhists, other Buddhist institutions, to other Buddhist monks and Dharma masters, so that they know about this. And they did. Not only did they know about this, but they accepted. They're willing to chant. They're willing to sing along. They're willing to participate in this event. And let's see what happened that day. And I think this is something that I cannot stress enough, that it took all these years for this to happen. And it did.
下个星期天即将要在中正纪念堂登场的浴佛大典，今年呢加入了新的元素，
So
是由悠仁
we're
神父
talking
为
about
无量义
the
经
Buddha's
制作出了
birthday
梵拜的旋
ceremony.
律，
That's
而
next
且
week.
还特别邀请了全台各道场的
But
法
May
师们
2nd
一
on
同
this day,
唱
the
诵。今
anniversary,
天呢也是
we
逢
have the
慈济的
masters
58
coming
周
here.
年，
And
法
then
师
we're
们齐
sitting
聚
at our
在
main
金丝
hall.
精舍虔
And
诚
everybody,
共修
you can look
大
at
家
them.
要
They
把
all
充满
holding
艺
up
术
the
之美以及
musical,
庄严
the
道学的
scores,
梵拜
and they
推
were
向全世
chanting.
界。
无量易经的横品经过谱曲，以全新的旋律成为摄受人心的梵拜。
唱诵当中更能够摄心，更能够摄入，所以真是法喜充满。我们希望透过大家的同心共愿，让
So Dharma Master Ming Guang is one of the main masters that will always give speeches at the Buddhist birthday ceremony. But because this year he's going to be away, so that's why he made this special trip to Taiwan, to Hualien.
来自不同道场的法师。
Okay, so let me show you that not only is this while they're singing at this time, that Master is at the same time at the breeding room. And let me share this with you. And there were the Tzu Chi hospitals, Superintendent Zhao, they were also here. But Master paused. Master said, let's stop sharing for a moment and let's listen to, at the main hall, what is happening. So Master's sitting right here. The doctors and superintendent, they were sharing. But Master says, let's stop for now and let's sing, let's chant together. So that's what you see. So all these, so there were two two places, two locations. One at the main hall where all the things you just saw were happening, and this is at the master's greeting room where people are sharing. And master stopped everybody, paused, and then we continue. We listen to the connection from there, and we continue. And it was just so special. So that master choked up several times. When she spoke, she said she remembered hearing the sounds, hearing the chanting. She remembered her master, Dharma Master In Sun. She remembered his smiles. And so she choked up several times, speaking to the Dharma Masters that this is what we wanted. You know, the unifying strength so great that it can bind people together. And I want to share this with you so that even though if you're not there, you're able to see the importance, that you're able to feel the importance. So please, everybody, next week, that's where the Buddha's birthday ceremony is. No matter where you are, no matter you're going to be part of the chanting. You're going to be chanting the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. But know this, that 58 years ago, thousands of years ago, even though it was there, it wasn't really popularized. Now, through your mouth, through your action, this sutra is coming to surface, and this sutra is now coming to the light. And this is what we're going to do. We're all part of the medium that's making it happen. Thanks to Master and thanks to all of it, we're going to see this is happening finally. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Joe, for the amazing insights and sharing of what happened last on Thursday. It's really, really amazing, you know, how our brothers would go to that extent, you know, to make sure that everything works on time. That those moments really, you know, capture our hearts. Thank you so much. Yeah. Can we all switch on our video to take a picture with Brother Joe? Sister Lily, can you please help to do that? Thank you.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Cảm ơn.
Cảm ơn Brother Joe. Thank you.
Brother Joe. Sister Ping.
Yeah, next up we have Master De Huang with us this morning. It's really amazing. Yeah, today we have, you know, 3 very senior speakers, and Master De Huang is able to spend, you know, half an hour with us. So the floor is yours, Master.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I think the senior is this Brother Joe, and I think the Brother David Liu. Compared to me, I'm so ashamed that I'm not really very diligent as like the 2 of them. But anyway, thank you. It's another day, good day in Hualien now, because I thought it would be raining today, but unfortunately, it's not. It's good day. So I'm very thankful for our Master Chen, because of this morning, before I went to the morning service, and I met our Master Chen. I say, it's possible ask her to help me to after breakfast and help me to do my task. And then she said, okay. So that's why I can share at 7 a.m. now. But anyway, thank you for Brother Joe just now. He telling us that we are very grateful that Master bring us to the world of the Sutra of Infinite Meaning, because as seems like me, before I joined Siji, I never heard about the Sutra. I never ever. But what I know is I heard about the Sutra is that they call the Sutra in which the Buddha speaks of immeasurable life, 无量寿经. I heard this before, but I didn't know the meaning at all. But I think it seemed to Master back to 58 years ago, when Master, she's starting to preach the sutra to all of us. And someone told Master, are you speaking wrong? There's no Sutra of Infinite Meaning. They say, are you speaking about the Sutra of the Longevity Sutra, 长寿经, 无量寿经? And Master make a very clear definition, say no, it's not the sutra in which the Buddha speak of immeasurable life, not the Wuliang Shou not the longevity sutra. It's a sutra of infinite meaning. This is Master make it very clear, because this sutra is telling us how to work on into among people and to be like a living bodhisattva. This is like you want to attain the Buddhahood, you have to, be taking action by, our own body and our feet and our hands. And because of I think there's some different, what is called the longevity sutra, Wuliang Shou and the Sutra of Infinite Meaning. What I know is about actually the longevity sutra is mentioned about the Dharma. The main principle section for this sutra actually is talking about the Dharma treasury causal grounds. They make vows and practices like Amitabha Buddhas. He's accomplished the fruit and the virtues. This is like they mention about the Amitabha, how they attain the Buddha, the fruit and the virtues. And of course, they also have the Amitabha with the great compassionate gathering and receive. This is the main focus on that. And they do have any other reason to tell us, which is like it's talking about the noble and ordinary beings reborn being immeasurable, like the bodhisattvas reborn. It's telling us like the causes and conditions and like kind of very, I think, which is very far from what we can attain in this world. Is something like, I think, not really easy for us to attempt to get it. But I'm very grateful that because Su Ching have marked its 38 years anniversary a few days ago, and now we are still following Master's teaching. So please allow me to show you a short video, which is I want to make sure all of you are awake, because I don't want to make you feel bored about it. And just take a look of this video first, and then okay, let me show you my PPT. Okay, just I want to show you this video. Let's take a look first.
You there, second desk, blue jacket. What is your name?
My name is Alexis.
Alexis, please leave my lecture room. I don't want to see you at one of my lectures ever again.
I don't understand.
I am not going to ask a second time. Thank you. Why are there laws? What are laws for? Anyone?
Social order?
To protect a person's personal rights.
So that you can rely on the government?
Justice? Thank you. Tell me, was I unfair to your classmate just now? Indeed I was. So, why didn't any of you protest? Why didn't any of you try and stop me? Why didn't you want to prevent this injustice? You see, what you have just learnt, you wouldn't have understood in 1,000 hours of lectures unless you lived it. You didn't say anything because you weren't affected yourself. And this attitude speaks against you and against life. You think it doesn't concern you, so it's none of your business. Well, I'm here to say If you don't help bring about justice, then one day you too may experience injustice, and there will be nobody there to stand before you. Truth and justice lives through us all, and we must fight for it. Because in life and work, I mean, we often live next to each other, but not with each other. We console ourselves that the problems of others are nothing to do with us, none of our business. And we go home glad at night that we're spared, but it's about standing up for each other. Every day an injustice happens in business, sport, or on the tram. Relying on someone else to take care of it is not good enough. It is our duty to be there for others, to speak up for others when they cannot. I am here to teach you the power of your voice. I want you to learn critical thinking to empower you to stand up for what is right, even if it means going against what everyone else is doing. Let's begin.
All right. I'm not sure whether what is the feeling about after watching this short video clip, but I think what I'm trying to pass a message is not to ask you to fight for what so-called justice or whatever, but I think it's just like I think this is what the original being living in this way. It's just like surrounding us, include me. Maybe I think this is none of my business. I wouldn't, too much concern about what happened to other people who were surrounding me, whether they are facing any difficulties or whatever, whether I will just fight for them or not. But I think we are so lucky that we encountered Su Ching and Lead Master, and she's telling us we should, give up ourselves to help those who need it. And I think this is the message that I think Master is telling us, is teaching us the power of our what we so call the voice is like we are speaking up for other people who cannot do their part. So I think this is also telling us that the karma, if one day you might encounter difficulty as well. So now the time when we can help each other, I think we better form a good affinity with them, because like Su Ching, we have formation and 8 steps. And normally Master's telling us that we always are giving up without asking for any return. Repay any what we are expected to. So I think this is like the saying that the benefiting others but not oneself. I think this is like Master's telling us normally when we do Su Ching work, even though you donate a single penny to Su Ching, put into the bamboo bank, but you never expect that you will get this money back in. This is like you are not benefiting yourself, but you are benefiting others. So normally we will say 利人利己, benefiting other people's, and we also get benefit. But I think the more how we so call is like the extraordinary 是超越嘛. I think it's like we are benefiting others, but not oneself. Master is one of the good example. Later, I'm going to tell you a story. Maybe you heard about, but maybe no. But I will later show you a movie about that. How Master is showing us. So it's very clear that maybe always we will heard about people were saying that. Sorry, here. Normally, when the power of our Su Ching voice is like, I think maybe some of you might experience that when we talk about Su Ching or fundraising to people, maybe do you ever always heard the responses from people like they were saying Su Ching is very rich, and maybe why you want to give the money to Su Ching, and maybe they think you are so you have I mean, the power is very strong. So I think I better, donate to some other organization, which is their like resources, than Tzu or maybe someone maybe like say about this. But how can you respond when you heard about people saying this? I think the best answer is you may telling them, masters telling us the teaching in Tzu is we are benefiting others. All the money that you donate actually is not goes to our own self, but is for people who need. I think maybe this is one of the answer you can give it to other people, or maybe some of you might have a better way to do the what we so called the feedback to those Christians. And I think for me, I think this is called great love, or also can call as compassion with those benefiting others, and also can be called as a loving kindness. Because whenever there are natural or man-made disasters happen, in whatever ways we can or wherever we can, I think masters always hope that we all will extend a helping hand to give of ourselves with love, and show, more important, is show our respect to the people. And for example, and I think this is what with the volunteering, the counseling bring out the true love, especially in these critical events happen. I think it's very obvious that recently we know the Buddha birthplace, our Tzu from Malaysia or Singapore, they went to even maybe Nepal, where they got severe earthquake a few months ago, and also maybe in the Bodh in India. Our volunteers just recently have a groundbreaking, which is helping Sky Summer family to rebuild their house for them. I think those volunteers who contribute their time, energy, and money in that two countries, and actually we are building house for them. But when the house is done, none of us will get a chance to stay there even one day, because we are building for people. So we are benefiting others, but not for ourselves. So, but this is a very great task, and the great spirit that the living Bodhisattva should have, because this is what masters taught us. We are giving without any ask for any feedback, the return back. This is, I think, is very important. So another example is about 2001 on January, when there's a magnitude 70.9 earthquake occurred in India, where they killed more than 20,000 people, and they have, the 1 million houses were damaged, or nearly maybe 7,000 schools were collapsed. And Tzu in Malaysia and Singapore, actually, we already took the initiative to bear the responsibility to bear the fund which is needed for this disasters relief, because we are the closest country at that time. We went there. So in Malaysia or Singapore, or in everywhere where there's a Tzu, we start to have the fundraising to helping the earthquake disasters site. And also when we helping them to build hundreds of houses, and then you can see the brotherly also been there to attend what we so called to celebrate. They are going to have a new house, and we contribute so much effort on these places, but yet we are only giving a blessing from master to them, and we are not the person who can get any one of the unit of this house. So I think this is for the benefiting others, but not for our own self. So I think this is the great, how we say, it's like the spirit, the 精神. So 利人不利己. So normally we will say 利人利己. So every benefit, what we gain for is the happiness, but we didn't gain for any material realistic support. So I think this is spiritual happiness that we gained. So, and also, wait. And I also want to share for the recent news that happened, which is on the April 3rd earthquake, where during the day, the earthquake, after a few days later, our Tzu Chi immediately provided the emergency condolences for about 20,000 per household with either 1 to 2 people. So there's one volunteer who say when she's helping accompany our master to the temporary shelter to come to bring the comfort to the what we so called the folks, the dreaming. And then we start to assess this, to make assessments whether how many people in one household, and then how much the emergency condolences we supposed to provide. And then this volunteer, he met a mother, a single mother who have 2 sons, and because she can get maybe at least 20,000 for this earthquake condolences, emergency condolences. And then our volunteer listened to her story, and then she say she spent nearly 10 years for saving, and then she spent all the money, about maybe I think 1-2 million, and to pay the down, what we so call is the down payment. What we say is like what we say the down payment last year. She only paid the down payment last year to buy her house. She's saving for 10 years, and then last year she just bought this new house for her 2 sons. And now, because this earthquake, it has listed as the dangerous building, and yet she still have a house loan of more than 5 million. And then, what should she do? So our volunteer, our Tzu Chi, only at the moment can, in a very quick response, we can, give them a temporary helping is the 20,000 in Taiwan dollar. So the volunteers say, if we all volunteer want to raise 100 for one member every month, so he need to find at least 200 people to support this condolence fund in front of this family and of this single mother. So you can see that the money that we get from the Tzu Chi member is not really easy, and is getting all the strength, and then to helping is very meaningful, because we are benefiting others, but actually we are none any penny cent that we can get it. But yet this is the spirit of what Tzu Chi is supposed to do. Wherever there's a disaster, you can see the Tzu Chi will give them the helping hand on that spot. So this is very not easy. I know maybe nowadays people want to get funds from the member. It's not really easy, but I think maybe it's our time to share why it's so important. We want to get more Tzu Chi member to support the Tzu Chi mission every month, because there's everywhere disasters happen, everywhere natural man-made disaster calamities happen. So we need the money to help them. So I think this is the aphorism that giving without asking for anything in return. This is like similar to the topic that I'm giving, the benefiting others but not for oneself. And also, this video so similar to what I mentioned about the single mother. But you can see when something bad thing happen in our life, what should we change our own mind so that we can feel at ease? So here maybe have some insight for all of you to think about if we encounter any difficulties in the life. So what should we do to make us feel ease? This is which is regarding to an earthquake, a short video clip. Just take a look in.
Poor man saved every penny for 20 years and used all that money to build a house for his family. Finally, his house was built and ready. After that, an auspicious date was chosen to shift in his new house with his family. But just 2 days before that day, an earthquake occurred and his house was completely destroyed. When poor man got the news, he went to market and bought sweet before going to place where his house was built. Man reached the place where many people were gathered and expressed their concern for him because he lost his house before he could even got to live there. Some people tried to console him, but man took out sweets and started distributing them to everyone. Everyone who was present there was surprised to see this. Seeing this, one of his friends said, "Have you gone mad? Your newly built house has collapsed, your lifetime earning have been wasted, and here you are happily distributing sweets." Poor man smiled and said, "You are only seeing the negative side of this incident. Therefore, you are not able to see the positive side. It's good that house collapsed today only. What if it had collapsed after 2 days when I was going start living in this house with my family? If it had collapsed then, I, my wife and children, all could have been killed. How big of a loss would have happened then? So whatever happened, happened for good only." Learning. There are many times when we feel like we lost everything, but at that time, if we keep a positive outlook toward difficult situation, then we can deal with that situation calmly and better.
Yeah, actually, because I got this video actually because I want to learn my English, so I like to save all those short videos so that anytime I'll try to listen. So recently I just found out this video. I think this is quite matching to the story later that I'm going to share. Is about how we change our mind when we encounter any adversity or so-called difficulties, and how we make us feel ease, or maybe we will gain wisdom instead of we start to complain our life, how unfortunate we encounter, and how my bad luck was, and all this bad negative thinking. So actually, it's just as I mentioned, we should thank for a Tzu member, because all the money that they give to Tzu actually goes to the important side. So we should think that it's good that we are blessing, that we are the person who are helping people, and this is like we should keep cultivate a blessing for future as well. Example, I'm not sure whether you have heard about, there's a teacher who in the April 3rd in Hualien earthquake, she was actually escapes the building, but dies in minutes later as she returned to save a cat, a lovely cat. And maybe someone will say, how to say is like maybe someone will say that that's unfortunate and very pity that why the life is more precious than the cat, and why she would just want to sacrifice herself instead of want to save a cat. Maybe someone will say it's unfortunate. I don't know how do you think? For my initial response when I heard about this news, I also feel same as the majority, the majority people think about. Wow, the life is so precious, and then she sacrificed herself for one cat. Is it worth? I ask myself as well this question, and I'm thinking, if compared to this teacher, I think my compassionate is not as great as her. You know, after I heard there's one Dharma master, and then on the online there's a conversation, and then the Dharma master he mentioned about he bring out this issue and talk about what is so-called benefiting others but not for our own self. And then the master Dharma master he gave this very great example about this case about this teacher, because this one Dharma master say, we look at this teacher and actually because she very kind and she loved animals, especially she loved her cats. And then at least at the end of how to say, at least at the end of the when it comes to a crunch time, how to say is like when at least at the end of her life, and then she still have a good intention before she's dying. The good intention in her heart is like she want to save a life, animals, or even people, whatever. So I think this is good intention in her mind. So we believe, and the Dharma master also he say they believe that this teacher should be already been reborn in a good place in her future now. So 他一定是往生善处 because maybe someone say she can have other way to reborn, not necessarily have to sacrifice the her life. But I think in this morning, Master's teaching wisdom methods, Master also mentioned each of us bring our own, create our own causes and condition, and then we have our own personal the karma barrier, 障碍病除. I mean, sometimes she have a good fortune, but she also have a barrier in her own life that she escaped the building at first, but after 30 minutes, the second earthquake occurred, and then she was unlucky. She cannot live this building again. She not living this building again because she's seeing the cat, and then she sacrificed her life. So I think this is an affinity, but I think at least for all of us, are we able to be like her at the end of our life, at the crunch time of our own difficulty life? Are we willing to still think of others people for goodness rather than our own benefit? I think this is it's not that easy. So I think this is a story that I just want to mention to all of you, to share with you all about the benefiting others. Sometimes we might sacrifice our life, but it's like something maybe you think is not supposed to be happen. But I think this is happen, and how we change our mindset. I think this may be the best way that she already been to a place, and because she is helping. And we believe that for Master, every time when she gives us a story about the Buddha's teaching on the sutra of the Dhamma Lotus Sutra, there's a lot of story telling us whether they are animals or the Dharma or the Bhikkhu who sacrifice their own life and instead of to helping others' life. There's so many stories telling us. I think this is one of those. Yeah. And now the last but not least, I just want to mention about is as we know, when Master at her young age, she actually had a heart attack disease problem, and then someone will give her Master say is a heart medicine 精药, which is to helping her to recover soon. And then, but yet when Master she heard about our Gan Hu, the receiver from Su Ching family, and then they also need this medicine. And Master she learned about this Gan Hu need this medicine. And Master, after she received this medicine from a volunteer, and immediately she asked the volunteer gave this medicine to the person who needed first. But actually, Master also she need that. Yes, she's also think of others people, not for her own self. So let me show you this video.
上人，我带他去抽红霞，就这样到他那边去。去的时候，师傅也亲自看到，房子是政府盖的，很小很小。他就跟师傅说，人家说啊，我有救心的药，来就是很好的，就这样。啊，师傅呢，上人就有这么一个印象，他有讲这个一句话。那么有一天，真的救心，人家送去要给上人时候，上人也正在需要的时候，正在需要的时候，看到这个救星，想到台中说红祥这个人需要这个药，马上呢就去坐列车，花莲到台东的车，寄给车那个驾驶的最前面。救心药寄给他，他说寄到会台东有一位王校长会去车站就下来对了。那个时候我们上了呢，正在需要这个救心的时候，他不顾自己，是想到说我们想到别人需要的。那转送过来，这个容易吗？实在说很不容易的。他上人也正在需要这个药的时候，他转过来。你说世界上有这样的伟大的人物吗？
Yeah, okay. So I end my sharing, but anyway, this is the story that I want to share, the true story, where our masters is always been a good role model for all of us to learn, even though she also need that medicine. But yeah, so I'm very touched that we are the disciple of her. Are we able to learn this kind of spirit from Master? I think I hope that all of us must make a vow to follow her in the lifetime after lifetime, so that we can always cultivate our compassion and the loving kindness like Master. Thank you for sharing at the end.
And Master Huang, for your very heartfelt sharing. I mean, first of all, standing up for justice, it's something that, not many people have that courage, even though when we know something is not right. But, it takes courage to challenge, and also being selfless to the extent that, while you're always thinking about others, it becomes a habit. So like the teacher who was willing to give up her own life for the cat, I think at that moment, she never thought about herself. She was just thinking about doing the right thing, which is saving the cats that she loved. So I think, this is exactly what, I always remember Master telling us that when doing good becomes a habit, becomes a natural part of yourself, you just do it without even thinking about it. So thank you so much, Master Huang, for your very, very insightful and heartfelt sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Master and all of you abbots who you all are our role models. Thank you, Kat, and so much.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I think the time is for our beloved brother David Liu.
Yeah. If I could request for everyone to switch on their videos so that we can all take a picture with Master Huang.
Master Huang.
Sister Lily, can I get your help?
Thank you.
Sister Lily, are you done? Okay, and so
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, next up we have our brother David. Brother David, you're there. Yes, good. I see you now online. Well, the floor is yours. Brother David doesn't need any introduction. You're muted, Sư Xiong. Yeah, on mute, Sư Xiong. Brother David just stepped away for a minute. Sorry, brother and sister, I'm back in Kuantan, so I'm trying to get a spot to actually. Brother David? Sư兄，你要 unmute 哈，我们听不到。
Okay.
好的，感恩 the floor is yours. You need little introduction, no introduction at all. So the topic this morning that you are going to talk about is really interesting. Yeah, let us not regret missing out doing good deeds.
Okay. Good morning, brothers and sisters in Malaysia. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you, Sư Xiong.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, it's been a long time. The last time I gave the sharing, I think a long time ago. I think more than 2 months. Huh? It's more than 2 months already, right?
No, I think 2 weeks ago.
I feel long time ago. Yeah. Now I came to Malaysia on 24th of April. And I'm leaving today. After finish this sharing, I'm going to KLIA 11:30. Go back to Taiwan. I have been staying here 10 days. This is a very unforgettable traveling because very tight schedule in Kuala Lumpur during these 10 days. And at the last 5 days, we have sharing the double way interaction Q&A in different community of cultivation ground. 社区道场了哈。Besides the Kuala Lumpur 金池堂, this cultivation ground 社区了哈，中医区了 ，including the 红图园 and Anbang, yeah. And last night I was in Portland, total 5 community, and each sharing section full of the volunteer. I have very strong memory for this phenomenon in Malaysia, especially in Kuala Lumpur. You know why? Because each sharing section in different community, the volunteer they came, everybody full of sincerity and passion and 热情啊. The 5 different community, the volunteers, all the same. They are so happy to participate in this sharing session. Especially from the 24 I came here, there are so many activities in Shillong Fenhui, in this Selangor and Kuala Lumpur branch office, including we went to Muar to participate the Jin Shi Tang opening ceremony, together with 4 Changzhu Shifu and Lin Fuzhong. Okay, so many people, around 6, 7 from Taiwan, and I myself also brought 6 persons come from Taiwan. Total of more than 10, 15 people come to participate in Muar's opening ceremony. And there are so many different volunteers from different states in Malaysia to participate. So full of people. And after this Muar, and we came back to Kuala Lumpur, participate the 精进日啊，大精进日啊。
The Diligence Day.
Yeah, Diligence Day. This is not the small scale. This is big scale because so many contact liaison office or contact point under Kuala Lumpur branch all came here to participate in this Diligence Day. And you know how many people to participate now? For training,培训啊，around more than 1,000 volunteers in Jiangjin Tang, and more than 500 gray uniform volunteers. We call the apprentice in Dandan Tang. So totally about more than 1,500 volunteers to participate this Diligence Day. This is full of 道气呀，道气怎么讲？ You can feel very strong this atmosphere, very strong 道气啊，我会讲英
Spiritual
文。
energy.
Yeah, if you have energy, yeah, I can say so. Yeah, you can feel very strong, you know, because every people enter this Jin Shi Tang, they are so passionate, so happy, they enjoy it. So many people they take the picture together. They like the participate a big function or 喜事啊，喜事 like participate a 喜事啊。
Auspicious and
喜欢的喜事
joyful day.
Joyful affair 是吧？ So everybody happy. And after this Diligence Day, half day is in Jin Shi Tang. The next half day, the afternoon, all the people they participate another 动态课程啊，动态啊。All the people went out to his own community to recruit the 商家 the shop 啊，对吧？商家怎么讲？
Companies or entrepreneur?
商店
The shops.
And everybody went to his own community to recruit the shop people, right? To join Su Ching through this bamboo bank. We put a we put a bamboo bank in this shop. Yeah, this is activity in the afternoon. Okay. Then still have so many people after this Diligence Day. They stay in Jin Shi Tang to learn the skill of the photography and 录影 recording. How to record the Tzu Chi activity through your cell phone. 3 hours in Jin Shi Tang, and at night is a function. Q&A function, the sharing section, in Jing Tang again. So more than around 230 volunteer participate. See, the whole day, this Sunday, the whole day, so busy, but still have so many people to participate. I can say this kind of phenomenon, not so many in overseas of Su Ching branch office, not many, So this is the strong point for Malaysian volunteers. I will share this story with the other overseas branch office. Have to learn each other. Yeah, as long as you can keep this initial aspiration, then it is more than enough. You can attain Buddhahood. In Chinese, we say 发心如初啊，成佛有余啊。
Initial aspiration that will lead you to Buddhahood.
As long as you can maintain this initial aspiration, then it is more than enough. You can attain Buddhahood. 你可以成佛的啦。So everybody of us, we have to remind ourselves. Even I participate to 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, you always have to reflect to yourself, remind yourself whether we still have this initial aspiration until 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, until now. If you still have this passion and sincerity, you still can maintain this initial aspiration, then you can attain Buddhahood. No, don't worry. Right. That's why it's very important. Why this is very important for our practitioner, the initial aspiration? Because the initial aspiration is very pure, very simple, 最亲近的最亲近、最真诚 ，very sincere, very powerful. That's why. So in Su Ching Bodhisattva path, we can keep this kind of mindset, then it is not difficult to attain Buddhahood. So this is very important for us. And these 5 sharing sections in different community with our local volunteers, it is based on the Q&A. So totally, I participate 5 sections. Each section, they prepare about 8 to 10 questions. That means totally, I already answered more than 40 questions. Yeah, for the community volunteers. Everybody is so happy. Although some questions is not suitable for all the people to learn, or to listen. But I can use another wondrous Dharma to explain. So everybody is so happy. And that's why I told them, we participate in Su Ching Bodhisattva path. We enter the crowd to cultivate ourselves. Of course, definitely you will meet so many different problems. Maybe small problem, maybe big problems. That's why I use Cantonese to share with them. Everybody's so happy. Why, Brother David, you can speak Cantonese? Actually, I only learned a little bit. Only this few Cantonese. I told them, 修满台就修破台。You understand? 修破菩提嘛哈，小问题修满台就修破台，小问题就是小菩提呀，台满台就台菩台，对吧？菩提呀。
Yeah, body, yeah. BODHI, yeah.
台滿台就台破台，冇問題就冇破台。No problem means big problem, right? Why you are working in Bodhisattva path without any problems? If no problems, no frustration, right? No hurdle. how you learn to jump. In our life, we will meet so many different high and low hurdle, right, in front of us. Without this hurdle, how we learn how to jump, how to inspire our potential. So we have to be grateful for all these hurdles here in front of us. That means there's so many problems. Just like the afflictions. Afflictions is the seed of attending Buddhahood. 烦恼是成佛的种子的。You understand? 烦恼是成佛的种子。
Afflictions are the seeds of attaining Buddhahood.
Yeah, attaining Buddhahood. Yeah. Afflictions is the seeds of attaining Buddhahood. Afflictions is 稻粮啊。It's a cultivation ground. Afflictions is also a cultivation ground. 是修行的道场。Even afflictions is the how to say is 资粮啊，资粮 how to say
Our resource, our copper.
Yeah, is also our resource of attaining Buddhahood. So everybody always think it is not good for it. As long as you have affliction, it's not good. Because nobody like afflictions, right? Nobody like afflictions because afflictions give us headache, let us feel upset. Nobody like afflictions. But since we are learning Buddhism, we have to adjust our mind now. Before we don't like affliction, we like joy, we like happy, right? Nobody like afflictions, nobody like headache. But now we have to adjust our mindset. Without these afflictions, emptiness, 无空, 无常, impermanence, right? Then there are no Buddhism to learn. 就没有佛可以修了。假如没有苦空无常啦 ，in the life, if no afflictions, emptiness, impermanence, then nothing to learn in Buddhism. So must have this. The other reason, the other truth is, if Buddhism without afflictions and pollution, then there is no Buddhism. As long as you have Buddhism, then you must have the pollutions and afflictions all together, you know. So now we are working on the Bodhisattva path. Now we must have the different mindset now. Before we don't like this, but now we feel grateful if we have the frustration. We have how to upset or stress or stress something, because we can transform them now, right? Before we don't have this power, but now we have, because we are learning Buddhism. We are learning the Buddhism we are learning the wisdom of the Buddhism. So now we have this power of transformation. Transform the bad situation to good situation. That's why we say no good, no bad. 没有非福非祸了。No fortune， 祸怎么讲？车祸的祸啊。
Misfortune.
啊
Misfortune.
Misfortune. Okay, right, good. Yeah. No fortune, no misfortune. 非福非祸。Because fortune and misfortune, they're always two sides of one thing, right? Two sides of one thing. If you choose
Two
one
sides
side,
of the same coin, right?
yeah, the main thing is if you choose one side and the other side is fear. You choose fortune, your mind you choose the fortune. then even it is misfortune. For you to say it's fortune, it's fortunate, true or not? But if you make wrong decision, you choose the wrong one, you choose the misfortune, then even other people see you are very fortunate. But for you to say you're still very unfortunate, because your mind is thinking like this, right? So this is different. I want to share with you from April 3rd. It's a big earthquake in Hualien, right? And after that, more than 1,000 哇，余震怎么讲？余震啊
Aftershock.
Aftershock. 余震
Yes.
aftershock. 对对对。Big earthquake 7.2. Richard 7.2. After around 10 to 15 minutes, another big one, 6.2, come together, right? Okay. Then that day I was in Hualien, you know. I feel wow, it's very. I was not so scared, you know. Really, I already used to it. At that time I only feel was so big earthquake and keep so long, around 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute big earthquake is too long, you know. You feel very long. Then, especially after 10 to 15 minutes, another big one come again. I start to think, wow, this so big earthquake will cause so big damage, I think. Must be so many building collapse or people die. You know, I start to think it's weird. You know. But fortunately, as the newspaper said, you know, Taiwan, all the houses after September 21st earthquake, all the building, they start to change improve the main structure, you know. So although still have so many people die, I think more than 20 people died, you know, and 400 to 500 houses surrounding or damaged. But we can say still compare with the big one before September 21st or the other country big earthquake. This 7.2 earthquake in Hualien still lucky, you know, not so big damage. So that day, I did my Hualien house, 3 stories high, you know. Our tanki on the top floor, right, go down, and no water to use, no water. I start to call our one brother, who is specialized in the M&E, and I cannot find him. Cannot find him until a few hours. He called back to me. When big earthquake happened, I was in the tunnel. He was on the way to Taipei, you know. So his car just passed by the tunnel. He said, my car just exit tunnel. Few seconds only. Not far from the tunnel. In front of my car, I saw so many rock falls. Rock falls, like raining, you know. So he said, this is a big earthquake. Immediately, he reversed his car into the tunnel. Still in time, you know, to reverse back to the tunnel. But he saved his whole family's life. But at this time, another car coming to another side of the tunnel. This car is, you can see the video. You can see the video, right? This car is start to run into the tunnel. But still can see the tunnel, but still have some distance, you know. At this time, this car's in front of this car, between this car and tunnel, the rock fall like raining. Wow. You want to reverse back, too late. You want to move forward into the tunnel, still has some distance because the rock falls between his car and the tunnel. So these the first people died in the news. So normally we say we don't know whether tomorrow coming first or the impermanence come first, right? We always say so, right? If tomorrow, that means we still have 24 hours, right? But just now, our brother and the other people, they are on a different side of the tunnel, right? But 他们是一两秒 they want to live or die just within this 1 to 2 seconds only, right? So the permanence is not in 24 hours. Like we said, tomorrow come first, or the impermanence come first. Only next 下一秒钟 next minutes, 1 to 2 minutes, is different word. Live or die. That's why after this earthquake, I'm thinking a topic of my live broadcast. I have to think so much about the topic of my live broadcast. How to use my top, how to select the topic. So I say 福到用时方恨少. Normally we say 什么要是书到用时方恨少, right? When we want to use our knowledge, we start to realize, when we were in school, we were not hardworking, hard studying. So now we want to use knowledge. We feel not enough for us to use, right? 书到用时方恨少 now. We didn't read too many books, so now we feel very shortage, right? Okay, 钱到用时也是方恨少. When you want to use money, you feel money is not enough. You don't have too much money, and you don't have accumulated money. So when you want to use the money, you feel, oh, money is not enough for me, right? That we call 钱到用时方恨少. Another saying, same thing. 法到用时方恨少. When you want to solve the problem, you want to eliminate the afflictions, right? You are facing so many obstacles, or you want to overcome, then you start to feel, I don't have enough Dharma power. I don't have enough Buddha power. No ability to solve the problem, right? Although this kind of problems or afflictions for us to say is very minor, but for those people who has no Dharma power, they will feel very weak, right? Even this for us to say the small problem, but for them it's big problem because they don't have capability to solve. That's why we call 法到用时方恨少. But on the contrary, when we want to pay the debt, we want to pay the installment, we want to pay the electricity bill or car installment, everything. 这个债 the debt, we want to pay the debt. We feel our debt is too much, right? Always have to pay the car installment, house installment, right? Pay so many expenses in the life, right? So this means we saw 债到还时 When you want to pay back this debt, you always feel so many debts in our life. So many need to pay, right? Yeah. So now another word, we say 福到用时方恨少. In our life, when we feel misfortune, we feel the bad karma is coming, right? We want to use our good karma to resist, right? We feel very weak because you didn't accumulate the good karma enough. So when the bad karma come, you feel you are very weak to resist them. But on the other hand, if you always keep accumulating the good karma, right? Always cultivate your fortune field, 跟福田 and you have so many good karma. That means you have so many 存款 you you have so many savings in the bank.
Reserves. Reserves.
Yeah, you have so many savings in the bank. You already saved so much money in the bank. So now you want to pay a bill, you want to pay expenses, right? It's so easy. I have so much money. So when you encounter the bad karma, if this is small bad karma, we use small saving to cover. Okay, pay you. Doesn't affect my saving. I still have so much money in the bank. But if this is the bad karma, it's big bad karma, like this earthquake, this is a big karma power, 业力, right? For our brother to say, even this is very big karma power. But because our brother still can cover, so lucky, just went out the tunnel, few meters only, so still have time to reverse back to the tunnel. So this means this brother, his 功德财啊，功德财怎么讲？
他的 merits and virtues, the blessing of 他的功德财，
他的功德财，
功德就是 merits and virtues.
He's married. His marriage still so much enough to pay this big earthquake karma, right? So he still have time to reverse back to the tunnel. The other one, no. So God, the other one, his 功德财 not enough to pay. Just 1 to 2 seconds. But you know, this brother, he went out. He came back to Hualien. He came back to Hualien. He ran away to Hualien. After a few hours, he called me because he was in the tunnel. He told me he was in the tunnel, right? And suffered a small hurt only, saved. And this brother in his shop is a showroom. So many different type of the basin, the toilet, right, and the towel, because he are making the towel, all falling down to the floor, to the floor. But he didn't come back. He didn't come back because so many regular customers call him. Our tangi fall down. We don't have water. We have this problem, that problem. Then he immediately went to so many our brother, sister, or his regular customers' house to repair for them for emergency. Then after I asked him to come to repair for me. I wait 4 days, and my donkey water just flowing, continue flowing 4 days, you know. So I think this month of my water bill must be very high. The big water running 4 days, you know. After 4 days, he came to my house to repair the donkey until very late night, finished. I want to pay him money, expense. He said, no, brother, I cannot receive your money. I said, why? Even I have to pay you more because you are so busy. These few days, you have to go everywhere to repair for the people. I said, no, this for emergency. I don't want to get the money from you. 我不想趁人之危的。I don't want to make money from the people.
Other people's misfortune.
Yeah, who stay in misfortune, who stay in this emergency. No, but normally, the normal day you call me to repair, I will get the money from you. So this is his mindset, you know. He's very clear. These people say in the emergency. This is a timing, like Bodhisattva, go to help the people. 闻声救苦啊. That's why this brother, he can survive under this big earthquake. Okay, in this event.
Which means that Sư兄, so he has been accumulating his wealth of merits.
Yes. He has enough merit. So even in such big disaster, he can survive and no any hurt on his body. No lost one hand or lost one leg. Even you lost one hand or lost one leg, it's still you are still alive. Still lucky, right? Because you keep the life. But no, he's not. No any hurt. Okay, the other case you can see the other one, the building sliding. You can see the TV, right? There is a house, there's a building in Hualien, right? Sliding, right? Nobody hurt, nobody hurt. Everybody come out at the very beginning of the 7.2 earthquake. There is one teacher, she went out. And the first earthquake, this building, no move, still there, no move. When the first big earthquake happened, this building no hurt. But after this teacher came out, right? Only 10 to 15 minutes, there is a second earthquake come again. But she never know there is another one come again. So she went out. She forgot, oh, my cat still in the house. Her cat still in the house. So once he ran out, right? He came out, right? He immediately go inside again. So just encountered the second big earthquake, 6.2. So this building start to be standing after the second earthquake, and this teacher died inside. And you know, after the government used so many heavy machine to Taiwan to tear
down. Demolish.
Tear down the whole building, right?
Demolish, yeah.
Yeah, and start to know her cat, no problem, still alive. So if this teacher, she can know my cat will be no problem, then she is no need to went inside, right? To suffer this big risk. And she died already. But 千金难买早知道. Even you are millionaire, you cannot know the impermanence, right? 有钱难买早知道啊. The other one husband and wife from Singapore, right? I think you know this news in the TV. This husband and wife, they went to that famous tourist spot, which is the most serious in this earthquake. Okay, this couple talking with the one farmer near this tourist spot. Finished 1 to 2 minutes only. These parents went out, go inside this traveling spot. Until now, cannot find the body. And this farmer tell the rescue team, saying, I definitely sure, 100% sure, this couple is in this area. Because they just left from my house, 1 to 2 minutes only, not very far. So this couple must be died here. But because this area collapsed so serious, you know, the heavy machine cannot went inside. They use the dog to smell, right? No dead area, but cannot dig because heavy machine cannot went inside, cannot dig. Until now, cannot get out of the body. But in this case, for our master to say, no need to dig because the body already inside the ground, right? In Chinese, we say, but this already 入土为安呐. In Chinese, we say 入土为安嘛. Your body already inside the underground already, inside the soil. Hard to dig. So no need to dig, just put inside. Even you dig out, can you suffer this? Because the body already is spoiled, you know.
Decompose.
You can see this, so how many kilos, the big rock, you know, press the body and so deep. The other one family, 5 persons all died in this disaster. When the people dig out the body, cannot recognize. Just like the 肉酱啊, 肉酱啊. See? So in this case, you no need to dig out, just put there. Even the people dig out your family's body, you cannot suffer. You cannot suffer, you know. You cannot see the body.
Looks like minced meat. Brother
Minced
said
meat.
肉
肉
酱.
酱. Yeah.
Mm.
You know, few years ago, there is a train crash, right? 太鲁阁号 in Hualien, right? This train before went into the tunnel, right? Because it's a big truck fall down on the railway, right? You remember? I think this 2 years ago or 3 years ago, right? Same thing. Heart attack. The train, big accident, right? We went the railway station, right? To accompany all the dead bodies sent to the railway station. 让检察官去inspect the body. We are so many people there to 助念, right? We are chanting there. I see from my eyes all the body covered by the plastic bag come out from the one place after the how to say 检察官 inspect the body, right? You cannot know inside this plastic bag is the dead body. Normally, if the normal dead body, we can see this is the head, right? This is the belly, this is the hand, this is the foot, right? No, you cannot see. You just see one bag of the things inside this plastic bag, you know. Everyone. You never know that there's a dead body inside the plastic bag. You don't know. So this disaster also a big lesson for us. The misfortune things happen to other people is a big lesson for us to learn. Okay, that's already 8:21. Our time is to 8:20. So see you next time.
Cảm ơn so much.
Taiwan this afternoon. See you in Taiwan. Okay.
Cảm ơn sư兄. Have a good trip back.
Everybody take care, okay?
Take care. Cảm ơn.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
all the best for you. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Brother Lee,
If
Brother
I can, brother David, can you lead us all to pay respect to Buddha and Master?
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody good. Everybody good. Yeah.
Yeah. First bow.
Okay.
Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our Abbot Master. Cảm ơn sư兄. Cảm ơn brothers and sisters for joining us this morning. See you all next week again. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye.